All right, everybody, we're back again. No Skill Entertainment with another exciting campfire process. Not gonna call it a podcast because we have a guest, and things get weird when we have guests. We get weirdly politically charged. No, we don't. It's all fun
It's
and
a real
games.
process.
It's a process for sure. I'm sure it's worse for the editor. That guy. Anyways, we're here again. Another campfire. Another thrilling batch of adventures and stories and shenanigans. We're gonna get start at that end and work our way back because the guest is spooky and mysterious. And Dravo at the end of the table, say hi to the folks, man.
Yeah, what's going on, everyone? It has been a minute since the last podcast.
Life has been hectic the last couple of weeks,
Yeah,
man.
it has
I'm
been.
currently in the middle of a storm, so
Yeah. How is that, by
might
the way?
disappear. I could it the rain's hitting my window so hard I thought a person was trying to get in.
There you have it,
Yeah.
folks. If he disappears, you know why.
Yeah. Technical schmechnical. We'll figure it out. Moving right along to the cat folk with the most. Steve,
Thanks, you
say hi to the nice people.
and arigato for tuning in. Hello, hello, hello. It's nice to be here. It feels weird not hosting, but sometimes you got to change things up. We mature around here.
Got to mix it up every now and then. Keep people on their toes, especially the new host who was not prepared but lives that way. Um, and arguably now for the most important person of the evening, we have a guest. Maybe you recognize him from the almost exactly to the date 1 year it's been since we got you on here the first time. Table, how are you doing? Say hi to the folks.
Hello, I'm Table. I'm doing good. I'm glad to be back here again. I think this is the fourth time I've been on here, so very excited.
You have
Yeah.
definitely been a reoccurring member for a hot minute now, and I see fingers. I see
I
fingers.
think
Well,
he actually holds the record for, if not holds the record, he's tied for the most consistent guest that we've had on this podcast, next to Arbiter, because I know Arbiter's been on at least 3 times.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think you're correct about that. Mando might be a close second place.
Well, he's on payroll now, so he doesn't count.
Now he is, but that's
if
pretty
I
recent,
mean, if
and
we
neither
wanted to
here
be
nor there.
technical for like third place, we're probably thinking like Ghost.
Yeah, I would say Dirtle, but he's so mad inconsistent.
Mhm.
And I got to
And
see
we,
him tomorrow, so when he watches this, I'm sure I'm gonna have to hear about that.
but also he like with Dirtle, we're mixing in his like recurrences on not just the podcast but also gameplay footage, such as Cards Against Humanity and Uno, and I'm not counting those. Like Table here, he's just been for like podcast wise, he holds the most.
I'm honored.
And it's kind of crazy to think about. And, we're going to jump into some logistics and what we've been up to and all that stuff later. But my friend, what have you been up to? Because we did a little bit of work with you recently. But what's going on with Table? What's going on in your life?
Oh, well, it's a big question. There's been a lot that's happened. Uh, well, I mean, since like the first time I was on here, a completely different person now. I've changed a lot. But then, just talking since the last time I was on, like for the Lethal Company session, um, I mean, a lot's changed personally for me, like with what I do now. Like instead, for that session, I used to be big into video editing. That was kind of
Mhm.
like when I strayed away from that. Now, I mentioned before that I do boxing, and recently I had a new coach, and I've started like up my classes and everything. And basically, the coach told me that now I'm progressing to the point that I'm good enough to start training for like my pro card, which is what you get to become a professional in boxing.
No
Hold up, wait,
shit, bud. Okay, that's
hold
cool.
on, pause,
That
pause,
is
pause, pause, pause.
awesome.
Maybe I wasn't here for where this was announced. When did you start getting into the realm of ass kickery?
I've kind of always been like knowledgeable on the sport since I was younger, but it was about maybe like July last year that I started practicing again, but only around December where I got like a brand new coach and started getting into it like more frequently, you know.
Okay. Well, then like straight out the gate, that begs me one of two questions. Well, two questions when it comes to the realm of boxing. Because A, I want to know who's your goat, and B, why is it Oscar De La Hoya?
Uh Very
Mm.
good, very good choice. But I go a little different for my like favorite boxer of all time. My I guess idol of the sport is Thomas Hearns. I don't know if you know
Ooh.
him, the Hitman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
One of the four kings of boxing. I think he's just one of the best like pound for pound fighters that the sport has ever seen. Very versatile, had a lot of upsides to him with not as many downsides.
But yeah, for some reason, nobody talks about him all too much.
Well, in boxing, a lot of the time the heavyweights are kind of the top of people's charts. Once you get down to middleweights, besides like Canelo Alvarez, it starts to kind of fall off in popularity.
Well, let's be real here. Canelo Alvarez is out of his fucking mind. He's good.
Yeah,
And he's humble
insane.
too.
Well, that's the thing with boxing, and I don't want to take anything away from the sport. The way it's monetized and the way it's presented and how the pay-per-view and all the big pay-to-view fights are, a lot of people go for heavyweights and higher weight classes because it's a spectacle. It's something that you're not looking for the technical aspects. You're not looking for who has the best head movement. Everyone kind of just shows up to see the knockout, and
Yeah.
that's a weird way the sport kind of has gained its image these days.
Hmm.
The knockout and the volley, because it's honestly very entertaining to see two boxers just say fuck it, go to the center of the ring, and then just throw dukes, and whoever falls falls, and if you don't fall, you're both kings because neither of you died.
Oh, absolutely.
And there's that gladiatorial aspect of that where you're like, oh, we're here to see a show. But man, when you're talking about real raw boxing, there's so much that goes into footwork. There's so much that goes into defense, head movement. And I'm gonna start a fight because I know people don't like Mayweather,
You might need
but
a
the
boxer.
guy's defense is on point.
Oh yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Like-
He's one of the most like fine-tuned, conditioned boxers that there ever was.
Like, so what is your opinion on Mayweather? Because I know, like, especially the whole him versus Pacquiao years later, still a
Yeah.
controversy. Him versus McGregor, still a controversy. Because at the end of the day, the guy won, and everybody's biggest complaint was he played defensively. I'm sorry, a strat's a strat.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But what's
Not
your
getting your
thought on
ass kicked is a good strategy.
this? What's
I'm
your
sorry.
what's your strategy going into this fight? Not getting hit. I'm trying
Oh.
that one. What do you think of it?
Well, you're right about the defensive part. He really did popularize the Philly shell defense, which is like, well, I'm sure you know what that is if you know
Mhm.
anything about the sport.
Dude, his shoulder roll is insane.
Yeah, very, very good fighter. It's hard to hate him because undoubtedly he was like one of the best there ever was. Even though there was controversies, like you said, with Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao is one of my favorite boxers ever, so I'm kind of biased towards that. But at the end of the day, he won the fight. He has that beautiful record. You can't bring up his name without giving him that kind of like glory he deserves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's earned that title of, like, you know what? I went into that ring and I got the job done. Whether I got the knockout or I had to make sure that you threw more punches than I did, but you also got more misses than I did, I walked out of there winning. And I can't shame him for that.
Hey, a win
Yeah.
on the cards is still a win.
That man is so fucking rich. It's ridiculous. You know the rumor where they said he never wears the same pair of shoes twice? He always has a new fresh pair of kicks every single fucking day.
No idea. No,
Yeah.
I did not hear that.
Yeah, that's a rumor that's been spreading around the whatever the term is. That he never wears the same pair of shoes twice. He wears it once and then donates them to charity. And then he just gets a whole new fresh set of kicks the next day.
What the fuck? That's so weird.
That sounds weird.
Very dystopian.
So I got a
yeah.
quick question for you, Table.
Oh yeah.
So new direction, everyone in the audience. This is a boxing episode now. Don't like it. Come back later.
Fuck off.
I have a significantly shorter reach, so I have to stick to infighting. Do you like staying at a good reach and just feeling out your opponent, or do you like getting in close? Like, what's more preferred for you on average?
Well, I'm a bit taller. Like, I'm not crazy tall. I'm like 6'2", 6'3", so I have a decent wingspan.
You're tall to me.
Well, I mean, compared to this guy here, who's like, how tall are you again? Like 6'8" or something? You're a big
6'5",
guy.
6'6". You
Oh, yeah.
convinced
I'll say
Dino
it.
that I'm 6'8".
Yeah, I had that wrong last time. I probably said taller too, but regardless, compared to you, I'm not as tall, but I'm still tall. So I prefer outfighting myself.
Okay,
But
okay.
similarly to Thomas Hearns, who, like I said, is kind of my idol, he used to be able to get in, like, for infighting, but not like
Mhm.
Mike Tyson, who had short arms and could do, things very quickly. He would have to really curve his arms. Like, if you watch him, a lot of times you'll see his elbow go fairly behind his back before he throws a punch when infighting.
Mhm.
So I try to mimic that kind of style, like, if it's necessary. But for the most part, I stick to outfighting.
Okay, that's pretty solid. The reason I ask is because Death's Brigade, the guy we were playing Lethal Company with, one of the guys we were playing Lethal Company with, we had a bit of an argument, and we're talking about the pros and cons versus trying to stay in a safe range and trying to stay in like where your comfort zone is versus feeling out the fight generally. I'll be the first to admit that going in with a hitman stance and feeling it out is a very smart play, but I just don't have the reach or stamina to keep that up. I'm gonna drop way before, so we were going back and forth, and he's still adamant. He's gonna die on that hill. That's like the open approach to take, and he's been pissing me off because he is also taller and has more reach than me.
Yeah. Hitman stance is very difficult to use. Like, it's an offensive stance. It's not like an official stance. It's closer to the Philly shell, but for offense. It's very difficult to open with, but like you said, if you can do it good, it's very effective.
Oh yeah, and it with certain people's different actual physical ability to strike, like love him or hate him, Tyson Fury's got some knockout power. The dude's a giant.
Yeah. I don't
I think if you
understand him at all. He's got such a weird physique, but I mean, he's entertaining to watch. Yeah.
he's got a weird physique is a nice way to put it.
Yeah.
A fucking hairless ostrich, dude.
He's built like a comic book villain.
You built like Captain Underpants.
I didn't say that. No, actually, Butterbean is. That dude's all
Yeah.
torso, no neck.
Who's that one villain? I forgot what franchise it's from, where he just wears that white suit and he's big as shit and he's bald. Is that Lex Luthor?
Kingpin.
That-
The white
That's
suit.
Kingpin, yeah.
Kingpin. There we go. That's what Butterbean looks like.
Butterbean could have played Kingpin in a live action adaptation for sure. How did we not get that? I would have loved to see fucking Butterbean box Spider Man. That would have been what's up.
Yes. But so
He's
going back
supposed
to,
Huh? What's that? Sorry.
I was just about to say, go back to Tyson Fury.
Mm.
Not Tyson Fury. Was it Tyson Fury?
What? Which one? That's what we were talking about. Or you're gonna reference something else?
No, I was thinking of Tommy Fury. Then yeah, that's a different it's a different brother, dude. First off, Tyson Fury again. What?
Sorry. That made me laugh. That's a different brother.
But like, dude, you hit the nail on the head of like, for a dude his size, especially with how like, dude, his character customization, they fucked him up. But for some reason, he's very versatile and fast, but he also hits really hard when he lands. Like I've
And
seen him throw, huh?
He's tough as nails too.
Oh yeah, he's not afraid of anything, and he's a goofball in all of his interviews. Like, what was that fight when he was fighting? I don't know for those that watch boxing, when he fought Deontay Wilder, and dude, some of those shots that he landed on Deontay, you could tell Deontay felt that shit.
Yeah.
Did you see the exhibition between him and Francis Ngannou?
I did not.
That looked like a kaiju fight. Table, did you see that one?
Yeah, I did.
Dude, some of those blows would have crumpled me, and there's no stretch of my imagination where I'd say, "Oh, I could shrug that off." I would have been out like a sack of potatoes, just done. And they just kept getting back up, even when what did Fury get to, a 7 count, and he still managed to get back up on his feet. Fuck that, man! That guy's built like a fucking brick.
So going back to training, just before we start derailing and fangirling about all these other boxers, Table. So, I'm curious, what in like when it comes to training, what is your favorite part of training? Like, what do you look forward to, and what is like the thing you hate doing the most? Because I'm gonna say mine outright. It's cardio. I hate doing cardio because it is so much cardio.
Same.
Um, I would not say the opposite of you, but I don't mind cardio. I find it's actually kind of enjoyable for me because, like, after
Mad lad.
a couple of weeks of conditioning of it, you'll notice, that you're improving, right? And that's always a good thing. Um, absolute favorite part though is footwork circuits. Like when we're doing just anything involving the feet, like they bring that ladder out, or my coach likes to call it the alley shuffle, where you find a line on like one of the planks of wood on the floor, you put the tip of your toe there, then alternate the foot back and forth for like 2 minutes straight or whatever. That type of stuff I enjoy. Least favorite is ab work. Absolutely, like I hate it. Every
Fair.
boxer that you would ever ask would also say they hate doing that. Just painful, but I mean, you have to do it. You have to have good obliques and abs and everything,
Well, especially for infighting, a lot of your power is going to be generated from your core when you have to make those quick movements and adjustments.
Yeah,
You don't have all that wind up room unless you're really smart and you know how to cock and load your elbows and get yourself really in there for a good, hopefully not readable strike. But
yeah.
oh, dude, I feel that shit's unpleasant. I was actually going to ask, since we're on training, what neck conditioning and strengthening is always a hot topic because there's always people who say it's bad for the discs in your neck, and there's other people who say it's something you need to be good and stable in the ring. Do you have an opinion on that, or is this not something you really looked into?
Um, Neck training, in my opinion, is a little unconventional. Like, is obviously it's important to have a good neck, and you can take a lot more hits if your head isn't rocking back and forth. You know, but at the same time, I wouldn't do it crazy. Like those, I don't know if you ever seen Mike Tyson used to do those things on the floor where he'd
The
like roll
Hercules
around on his
rolls?
head. That is just insane. Like even now when he's older, he's saying that messed up his neck. He had to have surgery done on his neck because of those. But like, I
But
don't
he
know.
had a 14-inch neck.
He did, which is insane.
And I don't know if you know anything about traditional wrestling. That is a staple training part of it. That's part of the normal routine for when you get to high level wrestling because you need to be able to keep your form and keep yourself upright or wedge out of really bad grabs and holds.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's a lot of he said, she said on it. I'm kind of inclined to believe a pro fighter, but at the same time, when another martial art does the same training, they're like, no, this is everyday shop work.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it also depends on the frequency because, like, Tyson would do stuff and he would do it just to the maximum. Like, sit ups, he would do 2,500 a day, which is, I can't even
Fuck off.
imagine doing that.
Fuck off, dude.
I was so proud of myself at doing 90 a day. Fuck, I'll go sit in the corner and cry.
Dude,
Yeah.
I do 150 a day, and I'm just like, dude, there ain't nobody beating that. This dude just said 2,500. Yeah, One Punch Man's a bitch.
That's that's kicking the nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Well, yeah, there's there. Okay, so that is good because that does bring up the good point of what's healthy as what's a healthy repetition. Can you reasonably expect your body to be able to heal after doing the max every single day and pushing it even further when you're in competition and when you're getting ready for a big fight?
Um,
So, hmm.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like to a point you do need to push yourself, but at the same time, don't get to the point where you just will not recover from that. Like, same thing we were talking about Mayweather before, right?
Mm.
With all the work he did in sparring and on the heavy bags, there's a couple interviews where he showed like his knuckle for his pinky finger just gone. Like it's just broken so many times you can't even see it. Like when he makes a fist. At that point, I think you're kind of pushing it too much. But that's just like a natural thing. Humans, we all want more. We want more money, more this and that, and they think more is better. But sometimes that's not the case.
Oh, is that a little bit of that stoicism peeking through right there, bud?
A little bit. I had a bit of a journey a while ago where I was looking into like different types of training. I stumbled across a guy called Mike Menser. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
Yeah.
Complete polar opposite of like traditional training. He's all about like doing it once every 4 days or once a week or whatever.
What does he say? you run to your or you push to your max in small sets in spread out intermissions, and it's supposed to be a better healing cycle for your body. Is this thought process, if I remember right?
Yeah, the way he did it was like I think one set to failure, like complete utter failure, and then assisted reps, like where someone would lift the bar up and he would hold it statically and then go down very slowly until like he just couldn't hold the bar anymore. And I mean, as different as it was and as wrong as it is now by modern science, he was also the only person ever to score a perfect score at Mr. Universe, I think. So, I mean, got to give the guy props for that.
Well, I don't know. There's something to it because I'm sure you've seen people who get really into calisthenics, and those guys they don't look like it, but they have some power in them.
Yeah, that's all about like the oxygen in their muscles. That's more like what I would do. Boxing is an aerobic exercise, not anaerobic, which would be weightlifting. So it's all about getting your muscles like full of oxygen, full like, especially in boxing, my quads, like for springing, like bending down, squatting down, then back up really quickly. I do a lot of training like that. So that's more typically like the type of muscle I would build rather than for hypertrophy, like make it as big as possible.
Yeah,
Dude, squats are so amazing for you, but I hate doing them, especially like when you have, especially when I was selectively training and they made you like squat down with weights, like kettlebells on each hand
Yeah.
or like just one heavy one. Ah, fuck, right off. Your
I
ass and the
feel
back of
that,
your
yeah.
thighs are burning, and then you just like, I think I might actually be paralyzed. I can't even walk for like the next 2 hours.
that dude. So I have to stay on conditioning like that because I got a little bit of damage in my hips. So I
Oh,
keep it light, but I have to keep it consistent, keep the mobility up. But I remember when I was young doing that and then having to go on hikes. I'd be like on the side of
Oh,
a mountain, just be like, "Oh, I could go see it from online. I don't need to make it up here. I'll go wait in the fucking car."
just fucking Google it. I don't quite care anymore, bro.
I'll Google. It's a screensaver somewhere. So,
Somebody else
shit.
took 16 panoramic images. I'll just rip one of those and take credit for it.
Oh man, that's funny. We really hard derail. Sorry, the like kind of martial arts nerds in here when we get our friend Dirtle in here. The whole cast is just ripping about who do you think is like this, and we hyper focus on it pretty hard.
But especially
that's
since you
good.
said that you're into combat sports, you immediately rang that ding a ding ding bell of like, oh, dude, we could talk about violence. Let's go. So,
How
have you been in
many?
any? Oh, what?
I was gonna say, I mean, it's more. I'm interested because I'm in it for conditioning these days. I couldn't get back in. I couldn't do competition anymore because I've got a lot. I got into a bit of an accident. I have a lot of scar tissue in my face.
Oh,
So everything's very sensitive in that area. And if I broke my nose again, I'd kind of have to get it surgically corrected.
I
But
see.
just being able to discuss what technique do you use to stay up on cardio and stuff like that, that really fascinates me because I'm always trying to get a little better because you could only do so much by yourself. And the local gym is run by an annoying friend of mine that I'd rather not spend time with on my days off.
Oh, I see.
Now, good dude, solid guy. I'm not going to take that away from him, but he's fucking mad annoying, and we work together, so I got to see him 40 plus hours a week, and it's stressful.
So, have you had before we start derailing about training again? Because I'll do a little disclaimer thing at the end of this. But have you been in any like bouts yet? Like you like sparring or any sort of fight, whether it be professional or amateur?
Not any sort of professional fight, not amateur, more just like sparring training for that. There is well, I live in like not a big town, not a small town either, but not like the most interesting popular place in the world.
Rural.
So
Mhm.
finding, people for tournaments and stuff like that is hard, but there is some like coming on the way which I'd be, really excited to enter. Um as far as like currently, no, nothing past sparring.
I'm just picturing this now, like come next year, like on the next anniversary of Table being on the podcast, he's gonna be like, "Yeah, so I'm up to fight Francis Ngannou. I'm 12-0 right now, and it's gonna
No,
be great."
No, that's not gonna happen. I don't know about doing that.
maybe Golden Gloves, but
Maybe Adesanya if he swears not to kick. But then again, that's MMA. That's my steez. I love MMA too.
Actually, that's a good point. Tables, as someone who's into this, how do you feel about these mixed sport exhibitions?
I feel they're interesting to watch. Sometimes it can be like, I don't know. There's certain things I don't always agree with. Like very recently, I'm blanking on his name, but there was a very controversial fight recently where like everyone scored their card for the guy who lost, and then I don't know. I didn't get much into it. Like MMA, I'm not as interested in as boxing, but I mean, I still watch it at like a sports bar or something.
Yeah,
So, casually.
I'll
was
say
just
this much for MMA. I've seen a lot of. Speaking of that, I've seen a lot of like questionable decisions of like, I could have sworn this dude got his ass kicked,
Yeah,
but he still somehow wins.
I mean that happens in
that
other combat sports too.
Oh yeah,
well, that and like when they do the exhibitions, they're not focusing on weight class. They're not really defined on what rules are good or not until like the day of. And
Yeah,
it's really hard to call that a competition where a fighter could go in and think this is the rules, and then they get there the day of and it's changed completely. And they're like, well, fuck, there went my whole prep and planning conditioning.
that is one thing I really agree with MMA. They need more weight classes, and it needs to be more strict. Like when you're getting up to the higher weights where there's like a bigger gap, it's brutal watching some of these guys go against guys who are like considerably heavier than them, and then just try to survive in in the ring.
like what are their
Yeah,
weight
there's
classes?
not a
They
lot
have,
of
they have like bantam, welter, feather, middle, and heavy.
For MMA, that's it.
I believe so.
In boxing, it's more split up. Like,
Please double check because then dad's going to be in this comment section. You idiots don't know jack about MMA. And I'll have to deal with
One of my
that.
friends that's subbed to this channel, he's an active boxer, and he will outright knock me the fuck out on Tuesday.
DJ starts walking out to him with a steel chair. So we're on the same page. I fact checked.
You like boxing? I watch WWE. You got gloves? I got a steel chair.
That is NoSkill DJ with a steel chair.
Oh God!
Oh God. Yes. So
Continue. I'll be right there.
what?
Continue talking. I'm googling right now.
Okay. Yeah. And I get that because as a smaller guy, I'm only 5'6", but technically my license says I'm 5'7". One of my friends worked at the DMV. She's like, I'm gonna give you that extra inch because you deserve it. And I'm like, that is so backhanded. You're lucky you're behind bulletproof glass. Um,
they did the opposite for me at the DMV.
They
Like,
rounded down.
yeah, I went up to the little like board behind you with the like of all the heights, and she says, "Oh, you're probably 6 foot." I said, "No, I'm not. I Here in Canada we have something called a health card. I had to whip it out and show her like I'm 6'3". This is certified by my doctor. Make sure that's accurate on my license so I don't get in trouble later."
Exactly. Nothing's fun like discrepancy on a legal document.
Yeah,
So, and I get where you're coming from because as someone who's been at this size, when you're really outsized and outweighed, it makes such a difference. And it's
yeah,
hard to call that a fair sporting competition when they're just willy nilly with the rules and not really regulating it very well. And weigh-ins are a whole stupid thing to me, in my
yeah.
opinion.
All of that I think has to be redone. Like, just the amount of stress people go through cutting to that weight. Like, if you're higher up, cutting down or whatever. And
Mhm.
it's very close to fatal, and in some cases it has been fatal.
Yep.
The numbers are in. So I had to be specific and do men's MMA because technically there's 12, but there's 8 weight classes for men's MMA and 4 for women. And then for men's boxing, there's 17.
Yeah,
There it is. Numbers don't lie, man.
Bruh. So for boxing, I don't know in which particular order I'm supposed to read this, but there's bantamweight, flyweight, cruiserweight, super flyweight, junior bantam, bridger weight, welter, light, feather, straw, minimum divisions. Divisions: lightweight, heavyweight, super featherweight, super heavyweight, and then light heavyweight 135s. That's just for boxing.
Super heavyweight. I haven't heard that since like
super heavyweight is
The 90s.
No, it's more like something I heard like when I was very, very new to it. Now no one talks about that. Usually heavyweight is the max, just 200 and up.
Super heavyweight is now 200 and up.
Oh.
Damn, that's insulting. I just hurt my feelings.
And then for
I feel your
MMA,
pain.
there's only 8 for men in ascending order. Straw weight, which is 115 or 52 kg, depending on where you are and what you use. Flyweight to 125, 56. Bantam is 135 or 61 kg. Featherweight 145, 65 kg. Lightweight 155 to 70 kg. Welter 170 77 kg. Middleweight 185 or 83 kg. And then light heavyweight 205 or 93 kilograms.
Hmm.
And then this heavyweight, which is just I think add on an extra 15 pounds. So that would be 220 and up. And then if you are in the heavyweight division and your competition is 265 and you're only 220, sucks. He just has 40 pounds on you.
Yeah.
Fucking been there.
Don't get rocked.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you do still have to agree to, fights. It's not like, well, I guess in MMA is more loose than like in boxing where you have to get a promoter and sign with them and everything.
Yeah.
If Rey Mysterio can beat the Big Show, I think.
Oh, not stop right there because supposedly Floyd Mayweather ever had a chance. But that was the whole fucking. Sorry, that's WWE is a hot topic around here. You're either really for it or really not, depending on the circumstance.
I think
I'm
it's
in the
come
middle
up every single time I was on here, actually.
The checks out. It's so quotable, and there's such wacky bullshit. It's hard not to bring it up.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of memes in its own right, and we always make references to them because, well, I mean, Mikey I wouldn't say you're an avid fan of WWE, but another cast member here, the giant robot from last week, he loves that shit. I have to keep on reminding him, it's not real, bro. Oh, did I break immersion? Sucks. Anyway, back to boxing. Hi. So then, if you don't want to like spoil anything, or I don't even know if it'd be considered doxing, but what weight class are you in when it comes to boxing?
Weight class?
If I may ask.
We go by just like the pound, like 167 pound or whatever. I think I am super middleweight, same as Canelo Alvarez.
Okay.
Which is not as easy when you're taller, that's for sure. But I don't know. I found this is where like I think most people naturally have a good weight class. Like Mike Tyson would not have done as good if he dropped down to lower classes. Same thing like how Roberto Duran didn't do as good when he went up. Like he lost to I think all 3 of the other 4 kings, Hearns, Leonard, and Marvin Hagler. If he just stayed in lightweight, he would have done a lot better. But yeah, I found like for me, super middleweight does good. And then eventually I do kind of want to explore it because like there's more options going up and down. I don't want to find like a point where I'm too uncomfortable or I'm just like, dude, I can't even live like this. Like this is, affecting my whole life. But I don't know. That's where I'm at now.
No, that's fair because when you're trying to make your body fit into that mold of whatever the weight you've chosen, not what you naturally feel comfortable at, it trickles down to everything. What your daily intake is, what your upkeep is, how much water you're getting in and out, and it's that. Not to circle back around too much, but like with the weight cutting thing we brought up, there's so much that goes into that. It's not just he's up or down 10 pounds. There's like a ton that goes into it that a lot of people don't either consider or see.
Yeah, it's brutal. Like some people think, he just can't eat this much or he can't drink too much water because we have a lot of water weight. It's more like he has to be constantly wearing a sweater in the sauna get off every drop of water. His brain is dying from dehydration. He can't even shower because your skin absorbs water from showers or bathing. Like it's tough for those guys who are like in the pro league trying to drop weight.
And plus, your body now has to like readjust and get used to what it was. Like I remember when Connor started like bulking because he wanted to go up. He went up like 2 weight classes, and he looked different. Then he randomly said, "Okay, time to go back down." He had to cut. I think it was like 20 or 30 pounds, dude. He looked like he was on death's door.
Yeah. There was actually some new study that I got brought up to me, which is interesting. It was about a bodybuilder cutting down to like below 5% body fat. But the way he did it, like throughout doing it, he wore a weighted vest. And now there's some like studies being made about like a force of gravity on your body being an effect, because when he was wearing the weighted vest, he was dropping down the pounds so much, but then didn't have as many of the side effects like really bad headaches, cramps, things like that. It's like his body thought it was heavier, so it kind of like treated it that way, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I was
Yeah,
trying
that
to
mind trick
compensate
is
for the weight.
Very, very new science, but it's also very interesting because that could help a lot with like things like weight cutting for combat sports.
Well, wow, this might be a little bit of speculation, but a lot of people who are especially in the military, you're always carrying something. Am I right in that, Deej?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
But once you guys do it enough, you're probably not noticing it near as much as you would right now, being completely out of practice of it.
Oh, dude, I still remember back in the day, like when we had to carry just like heavy ass rucksacks, and then even something as simple as now when I go on my cardio for like walks or even just like a walk or a jog, I have a weighted backpack, and then I have 2 10-pound ankle weights. Once you take them off, you feel so much lighter. And I'm 250 pounds at 6'6", and I feel like I could jump and touch a star sometimes because of how light on my feet I feel. Yeah, I still remember those days. That's why I still do it.
Damn, that's commitment, man. That's a lot of weight. That is a lot of weight. I did the training with the ankle weights once for it was like a summer thing, and I just did not want to go back to it.
Disclaimer real quick right now before we continue, since we got on strengthening and conditioning. Don't immediately just jump in and think you can min-max everything, okay? That's the quickest way to hurt yourself and cause irreparable damage to your body. Please, if you really choose to do this, ease into it. Go at the lightest way possible, at the lowest set possible, and the lowest reps possible, and then slowly build yourself up so your body can get used to what it's doing. If you try to min-max your actual physical beings, this ain't D&D, bro. You will hurt yourself. So please take it easy.
Oh yeah, you can actually shit out your intestines.
Yeah. I mean, hell, back when I used to lift a lot of weights during like high school going into college, literally on days that I didn't, let's say my rest days, we'll say that. Instead of just going in lifting weights, whatever, I would just put on like weighted ankle bracelets and just walk around the gym or the gymnasium, just do laps, just walking with ankle bracelets on.
The summer I used them, I would wear them to work too. And it was definitely like the stupid thought in the back of my head of like, man, what if an emergency kicked off and I just dropped these things and got out of here like a fucking anime?
They're
No,
fucking like
no, you
broccoli.
at least take one of the ankle weights with you, because now, if there's an assailant, you have a weighted weapon to hit him in the head with. It's light enough to throw, and if you need to get out with the means of egress, it can break a window if you throw it hard enough.
Yeah.
Motherfucker
Oh,
takes
that or I
it
could just throw
off.
the world's heaviest front kick.
It's a motherfucker takes them off, becomes fucking Rock Lee.
Yeah, like, you know exactly what I was talking about. It was just stupid in the back of my head, but they make a difference. You feel shit like that.
And so now I'm curious. So what is your like when you're showing up for camp or at least training? I don't know if you're allowed to say what your training regimen is, but what are some of the things that you do for your daily training? Just before you even put on a pair of gloves and hit the speed bag for half an hour.
Um,
What is your routine?
Before I put the gloves on,
Take notes.
well, I've worked up. Like when I first started, it was Tuesday, Thursday, 1 hour each day. That was it. Now I've moved up to like every day but Sunday. I'm doing something.
Oh shit.
Um, a lot of the time, like before the gloves go on, is all circuit training. Like I was saying, a lot of stuff about footwork, a lot of stuff. Well, I guess what my coach focuses on a lot is control. Like, if you think of George Foreman as a heavyweight, he didn't have the best footwork in the world. He was very flat-footed, slugger type, but he had constant control over his opponent. Like, if he had you, or if he was in front of you at any point, you could turn around. You're in a corner, and you didn't even realize. Like, we do a lot of stuff partner-wise with that about keeping control. And for me as well, I'm a southpaw, so like right foot forward. I have to focus a lot on hand control as well, constantly keeping the outside over the orthodox fighter. A lot of things like that. And then, well, I guess that's most of the time before gloves are on. Also, a lot of road work running, but also the elliptical machine. I don't know if you ever seen that. Like,
Yeah.
it seems
Running
like a lot of
road
people
work.
call it like a sissy machine. Like they make fun of it, but
Oh,
that
yeah.
thing
Got a bad
wrecks your.
connotation for sure.
Yeah, that wrecks your cardiovascular system. Like that is very tolling, especially if you're doing it for long periods of time.
You ever seen the ones with the adjustable resistance on them?
Oh yeah,
Fucking sand setting is awful.
I bet.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Ugh.
Yeah, the elliptical machine is the one machine when I was in the military when we would do our PRTs. For those that know, twice. You had 3 ways of doing your cardio, which is you could either jog, like actually go like do the run. You have a certain amount of time to do it, or you could do the bike, which had to burn a certain amount of calories, or you can do the elliptical. And everybody, for some reason, always took the elliptical. And the rumor was it was the easiest way to pass.
Not true.
Oh, it's absolutely not true. I just went with the run because even though my big dumpy ass, I like going out for a run or like a nice brisk walk.
You got
Put some
legs
music
like a
on.
fucking gazelle. What do you
Fuck
mean?
yeah, dude.
Use like 10 steps. You'll be done.
I was walking earlier with my roommate, and I'm walking on my normal pace. I forgot she is like Lollipop Guild stems. I was 3 aisles away from her before she calls my name and goes, "Wait up!" And I'm like, "Oh shit! Hey, hurry the fuck up! Bring the cart."
Bring the cart.
I will add on when I say like running for boxing, it does mean a lot of different things because unlike some sports, boxing has the pleasure of having to do every single style of running, long distance, dart and dash, fartlek runs. I'm not doing the same thing every single day. It's all kind of like tuned to make a nice regimen. Like one day, or one thing I really like doing. Some days there's just the long distance runs, but my favorite is kind of like fartlek runs, but we call it lamppost, which is something I learned from Olympic boxer Tony Jeffries, which is where I mean, I didn't learn it from him directly, but I heard from him and then, spread from there. Basically, you find a street with lampposts that are like fairly far away, like not just 10 of them right beside each other. You'll jog to one and then full force 100% sprint to the next one. And then jog to the next one after that, sprint to the one after, like back and forth type thing for 30 minutes. You might look crazy. You might look a little insane doing that in public, but I like to run at night, so I don't really have that problem.
Well, so Boss Rutan does all of his training like that. He trains for the burst to be an explosive fighter, and that's how he's been conditioned over his many years of doing MMA. But the guy is one of the greatest strikers to ever live. So I mean, there's
Yeah.
definitely something behind that mentality of training for combat sports.
Yeah. When you're up close, like more like an infighter or someone in MMA with this constant contact pretty much, that's very important, dart and dash training, because it's all about like quick movements of your legs, being fast, darting in. I guess long distance is a lot more for your cardiovascular health, like for stamina. Because if you don't do that, you'll never survive going like into a 12-round professional fight or something,
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's why we mentioned Butterbean earlier. He was called the king of the 4 rounds because anything past that and he'd probably die.
Yep.
Yeah, the just short, kind of awkward hooks.
Yeah.
The real balled up defense. But the guy had insane knockout power.
Well, being
Insane knockout power.
being what was he, 305 pounds, I think, or something. I mean,
Yeah.
that's. I mean,
There's
you got a
no
lot
way
of
that man was only 305. Hold up.
you got a lot of mass behind your punches. You know. When you
Oh
have,
yeah, and he knew how to aim them for sure.
Oh yeah, he knew what he was doing. It's not just like they took a fat guy, put him in shorts, and threw him in the ring. Like he knew what he was doing.
You hit the nail on the head. He's 305.
On
Oh,
the
yeah?
dot. Also, I apologize if you guys can hear the storm. It is rattling my window, like genuinely rattling the walls.
We had a bad snowstorm here yesterday. My power was out for like 6 hours.
I guess we
had the
lost
same
it
thing 2
last
days ago.
night, but it happened after the LAN party, so I didn't care. It was nice.
But no, you hit the
Oh.
nail on the head of like cardio is such a crucial and critical role when it comes to the combat sports, because you have to, on top of footwork and movement, you have to last, whether it be 6 rounds, 8 rounds, 10 rounds, or in a lot of professional boxing rings, 12 rounds of just nothing but constant motion and still having to keep your reflexes about you.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot let your reflexes drop at all, because that's how you get hit. And that's the other aspect of these combat sports that that people, well, you should know. You're gonna get hit. And getting hit
Yeah.
does drain your does drain your stamina.
Oh, especially body shots. They pull it right out of you.
Mm-hmm.
One gut shot takes the rest of the fight out of you. Like,
Dude,
we've been talking a
Heem
lot
has
about
the hardest body blows I've ever felt, hands down.
Huheem.
Yeah, like no contest. This dude
Heem-
actually punched a dent into the hood of a Tesla.
Fucking me.
Like the guy gets out of his car. What the fuck is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Boom! Whole hood creases at the end. Guy rolls up the window, gets back in the car, drives away.
He's like, oh,
Like,
I'm done. I'm out.
Just in case you don't know, he's talking about Heem Senpai, the other half of Save Progress. Hi, dude. How you doing? I always pictured when you brought up Heem, like he's just built like a fucking buffalo.
He was when we were younger. He's leaned out a lot over the years. He has done a lot of conditioning, but the guy just has that natural power. And geez, we used to do little bits of boxing and body shots when we were younger.
Mhm.
That sucked. It was never a good time when he was involved.
Mhm. But that's, like I said, a big part of combat sports is getting hit. Hence why it's called combat sports.
Mhm.
Now, Table, to help condition and train you when it came to, because it's boxing, you're gonna get hit. What were some of the training exercises that they made you do to just get attuned to the fact that you're getting hit? Did you have to do the free hang and they hit you in the stomach with a weighted ball?
Oh, the
That's a
medicine
fun one.
balls. Yeah, that's a big one for conditioning your stomach to get hit.
Mhm. It sucks.
Condition getting hit. Well, a lot of it too is not being afraid to get hit.
Mm.
Like, there's a lot of practices where you'll pull the punch, so you don't actually hit the guy, whoever you're sparring with. But just to get the idea, like, not to be scared of it and focus more on, stopping it before it gets there.
Mhm.
One thing that I learned, which comes from older guys like I said, Hearns and Hagler and all them, it's more instead of like Mike Tyson, who would like basically bite his thumbs, keep his fist right up there. The way I train or learn is more like a 1-inch guard, which is like keeping your hand about an inch from your face so you can intercept the hit before it hits the side of your head. That type of guard, which is very interesting, but also very effective, I found.
So, what's up?
go ahead.
I was gonna ask. This might be a detour, but it's kind of a crazy thing on the internet right now, and I feel like you're gonna have an opinion on it. What do you think about this ultimate slap BS that's been going around? Because I have no good thoughts on it. I was just
Ul-
curious if you had anything as well.
Ultimate slap. Is that like where the two big guys go up and slap each other in the face, like back and forth?
Yep.
There's many different organizations of people just in many different ways slapping the piss out of each other.
I think it's about as valid of a sport as like chess boxing. I don't know if you ever remember that from a few years ago, but
Lud,
it's
Sea Dog, he just took a shot at y'all.
it's well, I mean, like it's fun to watch. It's really funny, but I don't know if like I don't know. Maybe they do go through vigorous training to take slaps like that, but I don't know.
It's
Maybe
not a
not.
sport though.
Oh,
It's
no.
a spectacle because you
Yeah, that's
can't
what I
defend
mean.
yourself. You're just taking long-term damage. I'm gonna get heated because I think it's ridiculous, but
I'll say
I don't
this.
know. I was like asking people who are trained, like these two right here.
Oh, my
We
bad.
lost the dragon.
Luckily,
Oh
I'm still
no.
recording.
Okay.
So, but
Is he in the
I'll say
Discord?
this much.
Check real quick.
I'll say this much. I think the entertainment factor when it comes to the whole slapping tournament is the fact that you'll have these two big dudes that are just like full on hyped and filled with machismo, like they're about to do something big and grandiose, and all you're gonna do is backhand people left and right. But even between the slaps, you'll have like we'll just call them big hoss, just bah, what? That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. Next slap, he falls like a sack of fucking bricks. Like knocked the hell out. And they have like penalization codes and everything. Like if you hit the ear, it's a penalty. If you do it twice, you take a point off. If you go too high and hit the head, point deductions. If you curl your fingers anyway and trying to form a fist, penalty. They have an entire rule book for this thing. So I find it
No.
intriguing. Do I take it seriously? No, but it is fucking hilarious.
Yeah. I actually do have a bit of a hot take on what I believe to be more of a spectacle, but it's considered a martial art. I don't know what you guys think about it, but Taekwondo to me is not the most impressive close combat sport. I don't know if you guys did that. I don't mean to take a shot at you.
No, not at all.
Personally,
I got a green belt. God damn it.
DJ did.
Personally, for me, when I was still like literally like 13 years old boxing, like very, very start of my career, I went to this one gym and they called it, well, they nicknamed it pajama dance, like as a kind of offensive joke to it. We had,
Wow.
well, what happened was we had the Taekwondo gym come in
Mhm.
and into our gym, and the way it was organized by them is we each played by our own rules. Like they would score their points, we scored points our way. Not a single one of them won even one round with us, with like the 6 or 8 of us or whatever it was that day.
Wow.
Like not to bash the sport, because it is like there are people who put a lot of effort into it and care about it a lot. To me though, I feel like there's a lot greater close combat sports, a lot that are much more effective and not as much about like scoring points. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I was gonna bring that up. What's up, Deej?
I was about to say I absolutely concur, but I will say I do thoroughly enjoy watching those videos of like insert martial art here versus boxer, and the Taekwondo artist gets rocked.
Hey, they do better
single
than the
time.
Aikido people.
Oh, don't mention Aikido.
But I like conversations like this because there's always that debate of this person would beat that person and this style is better than
Yeah.
that style. But application is key. If you're scoring points, that's a different thing. If you're trying to do a legit knockout style fight, that's a very different
Yeah.
situation.
Well, the
If
big
you're
thing to me, sorry to cut you off. You can
No,
finish.
keep going. I like hearing you think, man. You're fascinating.
I was just saying, to me, the reason I think Taekwondo doesn't pair as well is because, like, it's more, at least from what I've seen, you're off balance a lot. It's not as much like kickboxing. I feel like a lot of the time when they throw a kick, it can be intercepted quite easily. Like, even I told you when I was young, like 13 years old, doing that.
It absolutely can.
But
It absolutely can.
you gotta keep in mind, too, if I was 13, they were probably no older than 16. Like, these are not professional, world-renowned Taekwondo artists.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just I've never had a good experience with the sport myself.
I blame the Ip Man movies because not everybody thinks you can just put a martial artist against a boxer, because I saw Donnie Yen go up against Mike Tyson and win.
Yeah.
Good movie though. I highly recommend it. Very good movie. Not realistic though. Hate to tell you, Wing Chun is not the end all be all martial art.
That's for most martial art movies. Not very realistic.
Yeah, that's fair. Hollywood likes they like the spectacle. They like
Yeah.
making the big show. They don't care what actually works. They don't care what technique is. They just
I
want to
think
make it look cool.
I think throughout all the Rocky movies, at least like the original 5, there was not one point where Rocky actually raised his guard. I think like a good 95% of the time was just lobbing punches and then like overly dramatic hits. You know what I mean? Good movies.
Brandon's
Have been
back.
very entertaining.
Yeah,
If
sorry, my
he
internet got
dies.
disconnected.
Love that.
Do you
Love
need
that
to
for
reset
her.
your cameras?
No, it's all good.
All right.
If he dies, he dies.
I that's one thing that does bother me as well, because the spectacle and trying to get the showmanship is cool, but there's something very visceral about like grounded choreography, and it could really sell a scene when you have two characters that are out of breath and they're just trying to make smart moves and trying to really
Yeah.
stay in a good position to keep going after the fight, not just boom, cut to next scene. I'm magically fully restored and not exhausted from just slugging it out. Whoa, 9 rounds with Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
That's the other thing. Just a little side tangent of like you saying, "Oh, like I'm one scene, I'm completely exhausted and covered in sweat. The very next moment, I just got a second win." Don't you love how, even though it's wrestling, I'm sorry, fresh wrestler comes into a tag team match, he gets hit one time, and now he's just as winded as everybody else.
That it's a spectacle, D. You just gotta love the showbiz magic.
Yeah, I love it, dude. Movie magic. We love that.
I haven't watched
What?
wrestling in a long time.
You
Probably
don't
like
need
5
to.
years.
You're better for it. Which
But-
actually, that's kind of crazy to me because you're a JoJo's fan, and I feel like pro wrestling is just the live action JoJo's, in my opinion.
I mean,
It's over the top. They oversell a lot of crazy shit. The storylines are off the rails.
yeah.
But ain't none of them gone ditto at all.
Yet, give it time.
You know what? Fair.
I had real bad luck with wrestling though. I feel like most of the guys that I liked never had it good in WWE or any of them. I used to be a big fan of Braun Strowman, that big guy
Yeah.
with the beard. Then he
Yeah,
had
He's
that.
still going.
I know he's still going, but it's like kind of sad because the pinnacle of his career, or at least like that's when I stopped watching wrestling. He had that like Hell in the Cell match with Roman Reigns, and he was he was dominating the match, and then Brock Lesnar comes out of nowhere, kicks the door, and disqualification. Like I was sad when I was younger watching that.
That's Brock Lesnar, though. He has a habit of actually ruining other people's careers.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he's Brock Lesnar, and I'm the one destined to beat The Undertaker, and blah, 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 farm boy bullshit.
When in all actuality, it's the only reason why I beat The Undertaker is I forgot it's not MMA, and I actually hurt this old fucker.
No, he just decided it would be a good idea. It'd be good for his career, and I'm like, okay, why? Why do you, I'm not getting into the politics of bullshit, made up nonsense.
We can do
But,
another. We can have a talk show or a TT about the politics of WWE because I got some opinions, but we're not here for that right now.
We're not.
By the way, we should take an ad break.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's have a very well suggested break, a cut to our sponsors, and maybe one of us. Hard to say. We'll be right back. Hey everyone, NoSkill Mike here. Just to throw out the friendly reminder that Dubby is still live and supporting us. They're dropping new flavors, stickers, and even a new waifu cup. So if you want to do your part and kick in just the tiniest a bit, we'd appreciate it ever so much. All you gotta do is use code NSE at dubby.gg whenever you make an order, and you help everybody out, yourself included. Till next time.
Hey guys, it's me, your boy, DJ. I just wanted to take a second to tell you guys about NoSkill Entertainment's now public Discord server. Yes, that is it. It is open now. You can join in the link in the description down below. We pretty much hang out there every single day. So whether you want to drop a meme, maybe drop some music, there's a space that's right for you down at the NoSkill Entertainment Discord. So maybe I'll see you there sometime. Bye now.
And folks, we are back. Hope we didn't keep you too long out there. We're here again at the campfire, having a good time, vibing on some surprisingly deep and health conscious discussion for the first time in ever, I think, on the channel.
It's different from the music.
Yeah, no, we're stepping away from that. Although, no, we're not doing that.
No.
I caught myself.
You just went on tour, bro.
What?
Just kidding.
Anyways,
Don't no.
So we're going to transition a little bit here because that first half of the episode, as fun as it was, that wasn't everything we wanted to
Oh,
cover.
God damn
Oh,
it!
whoa.
Don't mind me. This
Uh,
happens at least once an episode. You know, this is normal.
yeah. Uh, what I was going to try to ask for, I got completely flashbang there. I'm glad you're doing that in your personal life. I'm glad you're doing good for you and staying healthy. As far as the YouTube and content creation side, how have you been on that aspect of things? Because we did work together very recently for Lethal Company, which was a blast. But what have you been up to, or anything you kind of want to get going in the near future, if you're at liberty to discuss it?
No, I think it's good to discuss it. I've slowed down a lot because now I'm much more busy. Like
Mhm.
back when I was still not as occupied in my life, I was able to upload like with Warfels and them for like I don't know, a couple times a week. Now it's more like, hey man, YouTube's sending me notifications. I haven't uploaded in 7 weeks. I should probably do something.
Yeah.
Um, I got a lot I want to do. I've dug myself a very, very deep hole of recordings because like I'll get back home from the gym or whatever, and I'm tired, and as soon as I sit down, my phone will light up with my friend Onyx. Hey, you want to hop on and record this? Hey, this game just came out. You want to play this? I'm like, all right, fine. You know, could make for a good video whenever I have the time to edit it. Now I have like a good probably 30 or more sessions just sitting in my videos folder and the second videos folder I had to make. So
Oh, table.
yeah,
But at least you built yourself like a good slush fund. Somewhere there was a time when we had like a backlog of tavern talks and podcasts, and then everybody's life just went straight to business hell.
yeah. It's
Well, that
also
happens though. Well, let's
there's been a
keep,
lot. I'm sorry.
no, keep going, sir. Keep going.
There's been a lot that's come out recently. Like I was in the middle of editing our first time we played together for CS, and then Power World dropped, and it like took the internet by storm for that week.
Oh yeah.
So we had to
Yeah.
get on record some Power World. Actually, before Power World was Lethal Company, which like blew up. Lethal Company was everywhere. Everyone's talking about it, all social media. Then Power World, and then not as big of a blow up, but a big anticipation for me was the Suicide Squad game that just came out. So
Oh yeah.
I've been playing through that with Onyx. So
It's so much
just
fun in it.
pardon.
It's so much fun in it.
Yeah, it's a lot better than it said. A lot better than most people said it was. I was like going in the game a little like, it's gonna be okay, but I found it really fun actually.
I think that one just had bad marketing. They were trying to sell it as this high intensity AAA action, but to my understanding, it's a very looter shooter heavy game.
It's a single player co-op looter shooter with seasons and a battle pass. It's a how do they say it? What do they call that shit?
Every other game ever that has battle passes.
Borderlands.
Something service game. I don't know, whatever. Live service. There you go. Live service.
Okay.
Hell, even the
No,
finals has a
not
battle
even
pass.
fan service. They fucked the fans on that one. But I won't get into that.
I heard some of the writing was odd.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, some of the writing in the game doesn't make sense because it was rushed. Because at one point they advertised it as one game, then when they saw the fans hated it, they scrapped the entire thing and basically made a new game. And I played their closed alpha just for them to release the full game, not even 3 weeks later. And I enjoyed what I played because I'm a simpleton when it comes to video games. So when I played Suicide Squad, I loved the high intense action of like, okay, it's time to go kill people over here. Now go over here. Now go do this objective while trying to stay alive. And I'm on a time limit. And now the Riddler's talking to me, and I have to solve his puzzle.
Yeah, I lost my
Well-
mind when I saw the Riddler. I almost had a heart attack when I realized there's Riddler trophies in this game too.
Mhm.
Oh man, the completionists are here to suffer.
Oh, for real.
I'm becoming an
Freaking-
achievement hunter again.
Freaking Arkham Asylum flashbacks.
It's a good game. It's such a good game to have flashbacks to, though.
It is.
Yeah.
You want to be stressed out trying to complete a game? Dead Rising. You're gonna be there a while.
Oh,
Fuck
I
all that.
know.
Well, actually, Dead Rising 4 I had a good time
Especially when some of those achievements are probably impossible to get now.
The online ones you can still get, believe it or not. The services still work.
That's insane. I'm surprised they haven't
That's
shut it down by
insane.
now.
The
It's
Dead Rising
so-
still works, but Titanfall's on friggin' fan servers.
But before we get sidetracked on video games,
Hmm.
so I still see that like pretty frequently you and Dino are like constantly grinding out like Bad Company. Are you guys still recording it, or is that your guys' like casual like grind game when you got nothing going on?
Bad company. What do you mean?
No,
Lethal
not Bad Company.
Company.
CS:GO.
CS:GO.
I meant
Oh,
CS:GO.
yeah.
Bad
Dino's-
company.
Bad Company and what? Bro,
For some reason, Battlefield came in my head, dude. I don't know why.
you
Bad
weren't
Company
even
3.
close to CS. either.
I know. I was thinking about Bad Company, Bad Company when we played on 360, but we're not talking about that right now. Hi, how are you? I still see you and Dino are playing CS:GO all the time. Is that your guys' casual grind game, or are you guys like actively recording stuff in that game?
I'm not much of a casual grind or like a casual player anymore. I don't really play games in my free time. We usually hop on more when it's like, hey, everyone else in the group's been out for a bit. We need some footage. Dino needs a new upload, so we'll hop on that or whatever.
Because just yesterday, me and this guy were playing it was either yesterday or the day before. This guy, we're playing the finals, which I saw that it says you play the finals. Do you play the finals?
I tried. I tried 3 times, and every single time the game shat itself. It didn't work well.
Aw.
We tried to play the beta. Me, Onyx, me and Dino tried. His PC crashed like 3 times. Mine was lagging a lot. Then we tried after the game came out, him, and Onyx, and it was very bad, like clipping through walls, and like other people would just like appear for all of us. It wasn't just like, oh, maybe my internet was having a bad time. It was like just the servers were buggy, and we couldn't make anything of it.
That's crazy because that's like total opposite of what we experience.
Yeah, that's
Really?
our go-to game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I was just gonna say, if you ever need people to play CS:GO with, especially trying to pump out a recording, 9 times out of 10, especially when him and I are on like playing finals, we wouldn't mind swapping over and playing some CS:GO and creating some content. Because that's one of the things that we all said. It's like we had so much fun playing CS:GO with y'all. I definitely want to do it again because that was oodles of fun.
and maybe
It was
eventually
quite a
we'll be able to
session.
get this guy to appropriate level to play actual CS and not casual. Because
Yeah.
damn, Dino hated when we were playing casual.
Oh, I thought Dino was
was
gonna reach through his OBS and punch me in the mouth.
That was
Dino-
so funny.
Dino, he gets a bit nervous sometimes. Like I think first time playing with you guys, and even the first time on the podcast, he kind of did trail off a bit. He's very nervous around people, so sometimes he over exaggerates or whatever, But obviously wasn't actually mad if we were doing something he didn't like or whatever.
I mean,
Just-
it was
What?
great rage bait.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why I was making note of it every time. Like, I hope y'all are drinking this in. Because, like, at one point, I thought he legit Summit 1G'd his own fucking microphone or something. Because I heard something thud.
It was
Yeah.
great to make it a clip and make it seem like it happened.
Well, he did. Something thudded in real life, didn't it?
It
Like,
was him
Yeah.
dropping his mic.
That was me.
Oh, well, thanks to you, you created the best misconception clip of 2023.
I'm just saying, you guys might be theater kids, but I really know how to be putting on a show.
Yeah, it's called Happy
He's the
Accidents.
theater kid. I'm
No,
just
it's called
the
being
weirdo.
raised by overdramatic Latinas. That's what it is.
Yep, there you go. That's it.
I learned from the best. You want to be gaslit? I'll show you the way.
Your kid, I
Yeah.
was raised by Southern black folk.
Your mom's not dramatic. She's just a force of nature. But I was gonna say, Dino did a pretty solid job when we did Lethal Company, man. Some of his highlights were on point. Those are like some of the standout moments of the videos.
oh for sure. Dino's always a very wonderful person to have for stuff like that. I joke a lot. I get along really well with Dino. Like we sit up late at night. I always joke. I call him the golden child of the group because like anything that we do, any game or any like show we're watching, he'll adapt and just love it like immediately. Some of the other guys like Onyx will be like a little skeptical. He might not have fun with this. Dino, you can throw him in some free Steam game that like is like 10 polygons total, and he'll have a blast.
I'll
Dude,
give
the clip where he was running from every spawn in the building, and all of us are dead, just screaming at him, "Go, go, go!" That was pure golden retriever energy right there. That boy was on a mission.
like I watching the video back because I do watch our own content. I was starting to get the same anxiety and heart palpitations that he was feeling because in that instance, I was off fucking somewhere else in the map while everybody else was dead, watching him skate around everything. The dude was playing roller derby around every enemy ever.
Uh-huh.
So it was cool to see see all that go down, and then especially with the clip that I thought was fucking hilarious. We're all dead, and we're watching you and Siegelin trying to juggle your way past the slime that's blocking the door
Yeah.
between you two. And I'm like, oh, that slime's gonna kill them both. And this is when you taught me, without knowing that you taught me. You just jumped up on that railing, and slime is now fucked. He can't touch you. I didn't know that. I did
Yeah.
not know that that was a thing.
Me and
Deej.
him. Oh, sorry.
Keep going, table. If you ever interrupt me, just talk over me. I'm
Oh.
just the goblin who's always here.
I was just saying there were a lot of funny stuff. There are a lot of funny stuff that happened in that session. Definitely. I mean, we also recorded for like 4 hours or 3.5 hours, I think, total that day.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's
yeah.
quite a bit that can be used there.
You'd say that, but we've done a lot of 4 or 5 hour recordings where you're just like, man, there's some of this that we can't use for moral reasons, and some of this that we can't use for quality reasons, or the timing was off, or the camera turned off.
Or
that's
you
You
just
never
tell
know.
us as a collective are suffering from brain rot.
That's
That one was solid.
That's what it's like anytime I play with my friend Skull. He's an older guy, about like 10 years older than us. He grew up in a different time. He's got he's not actually rude or like bad in any way. He doesn't actually believe it, but he'll say some jokes that I'm just like, dude, like I can't even come close to putting that in. I might as well throw the whole video out.
Like this last 10 minutes, I can't use because of you.
Yeah, we heard something very similar once. Remember Gecko? Guys, I'll listen to the last 5 minutes of the recording. This can never be heard.
No one can hear
No one
this.
can hear
No
this.
one can hear this.
It was during the Rainbow Six Siege video when he started recording. He goes, I can't show any of this to anyone.
Siege, it brings out the worst in us. And the fact that it's our hands down like our most successful standard video is concerning. That says a lot about the internet.
That's actually wow. Puberty's great.
Voice crack?
Yeah, it did.
Oh yeah, I did. That's actually a question that I had for you. So, like, when you're going through your editing process, how much of your footage? Let's just say you recorded for like, well, we'll give a good 4 hours. How many of your footage? How much of your footage can you not use for like moral reasons because somebody was just saying someone or someone's were saying just some stupid abhorrent shit?
When I said that, like, I'm not obviously I meant it, but kind of like joking. Like, we played West Hunt the other day. You know what that game is?
I
Yeah.
love
Mhm.
that game. I want to play that game again so badly.
That was free for Thursday and Friday, so we played that. And my friend Skull, the older guy, a lot of since talking about like cowboy time, women were treated differently back then. He made a couple jokes that I kind of had to like, oof, hey buddy,
Fair.
you gotta get with the times. We don't say stuff like this.
Mhm.
But he's not actually offensive in any way. Like, he's not mean to anybody. He's very good, Catholic Irish man. Very
He's not an asshole. He has a
straightforward.
wide sense of humor.
He's Catholic Irish. That explains his sense of humor.
Or, I don't know,
Very.
Catholic or Orthodox, or I'm not sure, but
I'm
very
betting he is. I know the
religious
type.
Irish guy.
You could say I run with the flock sometimes.
Yeah.
I would
No,
love to join you guys on some West Hunt and just troll because that's all I do in that game. It is so much fun. And if I'm sheriff, I'm shooting the first person that I see.
That's exactly how it went, honestly. And a lot of the time it ended up with our friend Onyx being like the last one alive. And we're just making, poking at him like, oh, come on, man. Look, we all shot our guns. You haven't yet. We got more kills than you do. And he's like actually starting to like get a little upset in his head. shoot the wrong person. You hear him like hit his glass table. Sounds like an earthquake behind him.
Oh, he has a glass table.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Playing with
risky.
fire.
That's
It better be
risky.
tempered. It better be tempered.
I don't
You
know how
know.
it's not broken. I've been to his house a few times. Very thin glass. Like he gets a little
Oh,
too
hell no.
mad. His whole setup's gone through that.
Oh,
Could you
man.
imagine the sound that would make on the other end of the mic?
Oh,
If it doesn't
I-
get disconnected within the first second.
Yeah, if he doesn't immediately turn off, if he has sound suppression enabled, we're just gonna hear boop, and then nothing else.
one
Ooh,
session I do want to get around to. Sorry to cut you off.
No.
Very similar. Amulus, one of my really good friends, he had a keyboard that didn't work, and we were playing Golf It, and Golf It's a very rage-inducing game. And
Yeah.
after a little while, he took that broken keyboard and just turned it into a pile of scrap metal. Like he sent me a picture after. I could probably find the picture and send it to you right now. It's like you can barely even tell that was a keyboard.
I
Imagine
want to let
all
you know
that
right
on the
now.
mic.
With the last 2 or 3 games that you talked about, I already have it set in my head. I need to play with you on either of these games, especially Golf Fit, because I have all these games and I want to play them again, but I can't play them by myself. I hate playing Golf Fit by myself.
Hit us up, dude. You know I'm always down.
Well, you guys have
Amanda will play.
golf with your friends, not Golf. Oh no, and you have Golf Fit.
I have Golf It
I played with you.
I thought you didn't have Golf Fit. I thought you only had Golf with your friends.
on PC. I believe I do have Golf It. I don't think I have it installed.
Install it and let's record some rage maps. I had like fucking 30 of them, bro.
Plinko.
Plinko, yes, that demonish woman. But no,
Here, I found the image. I'll send it in the general. on
No,
your server.
please do.
I'm
Please
gonna
do.
take a gander at this bad boy.
I think this is your general one, right?
Get
Get
dinged.
dinged is the general.
Get dinged.
Yeah, the gecko got in and renamed all of our shit.
No, that was me and him.
Yours at least makes sense.
Yeah, I put get dinged in the dankness. He made the slam zone, and I made movie theater.
Oh my
What the
lord.
Damn.
That is cataclysmic.
Yeah. Might
It
have
looks
to-
like somebody found those pieces after an archaeological discovery. Like that was dug up somewhere.
Man, did he stop Skynet? Because it looks like he did.
Somebody immediately goes, "What happened?"
Dino. Dino.
Wait, did somebody already reply?
Yeah, Dino
was Dino.
replied it.
Sorry, once I have OBS up, streamer mode gets enabled on OBS.
That's awesome.
Dude, Dino saw that and thought, I think my friend's in trouble. I might need to go.
There'll be a fifth member on this podcast soon. He's coming in to save me.
Dude, he's gonna just like invade the slam zone and be like, "What the fuck are you guys doing to him?" No, we're just talking about something, bro. Relax.
Oh, but
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh,
I don't
that's
think
funny.
I can. Maybe it's because I'm an old man now, but I don't think I could actually ever rage that hard. I can't take video games too seriously enough to break shit.
You serious?
Dude, like I'm not kidding you. 10 years ago, Left 4 Dead 2 on Expert Realism, when a hunter kills me last minute, I threw a controller across the room, and now I realize them shits cost money.
I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever
Yeah.
gotten mad at video games. The closest thing I've ever gotten mad at was Defiance, only because it wasn't downloading. It said, it was like, oh, download will be finished in 4,000 years. At that point, I left, put my headset down, and just found some weed to smoke.
By the way, dude,
Maybe-
this is Xbox 360 era with those crunchy ass headphones that each Xbox came with.
Oh, the one Karn is still using?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
It's called
crunchy
the
ass
roof.
microphone. Yeah, that crunchy ass microphone is now on this man's couch, and I just hear him yelling in the background, like, "What the fuck? 4,000 days?"
4,000 it's over 4,000.
Where's
sitting there-
my bong?
Like, I'm sitting there fucking rolling around completing missions with the Mendem, and this man is just dying trying to get into the bitch.
Yeah, I
Kinda
almost
sounds
snapped
like-
the controller last night, DJ. I don't know what. Maybe you guys just don't feel passionate enough.
I don't
No,
know.
I just don't care to get like that mad anymore, to where if I do feel myself getting frustrated, I'll just leave the game. It's easy.
I think it's just the fact that I've always just been patient. I mean, with outside of video games, I'm just a patient person. I'm never get mad at like almost anything.
But you, Mr. Tape, sorry.
Hell, I was about to say, even when I was doing competitive Call of Duty and game battles and shit like that, I never got pissed. Some of
Then
those
there's Summit.
losses hurt.
Then there's Summit. He's just punching monitors. Same with Linden FPS. Now you, Mr. Table.
Yeah.
Personal opinion of you. I bet, like, even though you're cool, calm, and collective and stoic right now, I get the vibe that you might be a secret rager. Like, you're the type of dude who will be like, you'll just be like, I'll be right back. Mute your mic, and then you'll just say everything.
No, not quite. I don't know if I've ever really got too mad at games. Although, ever since I met Onyx, he's been pushing me a little bit. Been a couple times, like, well, him and Donut, I guess, grew up in very different area than I did. They're friends in real life. They do some things and act in some ways that, like, sometimes, push me a little bit, make me want to get a little upset, but I try not to hold grudges for people or towards people.
And that's good.
Yeah,
Life's too short to stay mad.
Oh yeah, we all got those friends that just know how to push your buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Exiled Commando.
You got no idea. We rolled up last night. He asked if I wanted a booster seat for the LAN party.
Right, that's when you just MC roll him straight to the fucking earth.
We were in the middle of the party, and I'm like, all right, cool. Everybody heard that. Good first impression. And break. Let's go team.
Thanks, dude. Thanks for ruining any street credit we've gotten here and how to speed run ruining my reputation in not 0.3 seconds. Thank you. You're great.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh man.
That's like that one friend that embarrasses you when you're trying to talk to a chick.
Oh,
let's not go there. That wound is fresh.
happens to the best of us.
Snort.
Move on.
What were you saying, Table?
Oh,
I just said happens to the best of us. Talking about.
Oh yeah.
Well, dude, why
Yes,
do
it
I
does.
feel?
And,
Why do I feel
Mhm.
like the DJ? If I was around this guy in IRL, why do I feel like that he would be that friend for me?
Actually, I wouldn't. I'm the wingman. I am actually a supreme wingman. Trust me, you're gonna go to the bathroom, or you're gonna go get your potential suitor or something to drink. I'm like, great dude, rescued an entire orphanage on fire. Okay,
an entire orphanage, all of it,
Like,
whole building.
You didn't see it in the paper. He even salvaged some of the wood, and he discovered Jimmy Hoffa's body. Dude, like,
What?
gosh, she's everywhere. He does it all. He's a fireman, astronaut, gives blood, part unicorn. Dude, you need to talk to this guy. He's great. Continue.
Anyways,
Move on, please.
detouring once again. So you've been doing a lot of stuff. You got your backlog. I shouldn't ask because clearly you've got a lot of work ahead of you. Is there anything that's coming out, or any plans in the works that you're looking forward to? Stuff coming up.
I mean, the top of my list right now is the stuff I've done with you guys first, because, like, I feel like those were really good sessions.
Yes.
It was so much fun.
Little, like,
Mhm.
I guess, teaser for stuff. Me and Onyx are dragging our way through all the I'm on observation duty games. He's
Oh,
playing
those games
them.
are so
I'm
stressful.
recording because he doesn't have a channel. But, like, we're still both contributing because, it's just really about, like, watching and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I already mentioned
West.
West Hunt. I think at the end of my last video, I put a little bit about, like, some stuff to come. Party Animals was another big game that came out, and still haven't uploaded any of it, even though that was in, like, October.
You're down to clown. We can fuck around on some Party Animals. I love that game.
I've heard Gang Beasts is getting a really big update soon, which I think is gonna be popular. So I might have to get back on that.
That'd be hilarious.
Considered playing like just solo campaign games for like recording sessions?
Um, I'm not much of a solo person. I played Grounded a lot solo and like streamed it.
Okay.
And there's some things, but like I find after a bit, after like 4 hours of just like talking to yourself, you start to run out of stuff. I know recording's different, but for streaming, there's that like need to always be saying something to not like bore the people who are watching. And to me, I just can't really fulfill that, you know?
I
At
feel
least
that.
after so long.
Me during every single one of my Ghostwire sessions, I'll just start talking to shit in the game.
Yeah, I don't mind streaming with other people because then, you know, they can fill that gap for me. Like we were talking about making I think when I first met the guys we played Minecraft a lot and we were talking about making a new thing for that, just like hop on and stream it, hop off, do whatever you have to do, you know, like in between uploads.
Oh,
So that could be good. Minecraft's a thing though that like very commonly falls off quickly. Like everyone will be like, "Oh, let's go play Minecraft. Let's do this," and then 3 weeks later, the server will be like dead completely.
well,
I
well,
feel
Minecraft will
like
always have its cult fan base, but yes, I do agree. Like there will be like a good week or 2 weeks. Hell, Puffers in this week right now. Like for some reason, Minecraft will just gain traction and heavy CPM, and then it'll fall the fuck off a week later.
Yeah,
there's also the fall off on the players and themselves. Like, for example, Power World, we have a dedicated server that we are in with Say Progress, and hell, I think the only people that have been on the server in the last like week has been me, Mando, and DJ for like an hour.
Well, because I'm on my mission of trying to build the most powerful land ball ever, and I'm still gonna do that. The problem is this entire last like week to week and a half has just been absolutely crazy with snowstorms and ER visits. It was great.
Yeah,
I'm fine, by the way. It wasn't for me.
They're
actually,
fine too.
I had some trouble with the Power World recording. First one we did, the day it came out with all the hype, we all got on, and I'm not someone who always plays survival games traditionally. I like to, you know, do something stupid or whatever.
him too.
So that big green like elephant looking guy, that big boss in the first area,
I'm arrested.
we just jumped it with sticks and campfires and we killed it finally. And I thought it was a great session. I didn't edit it yet, and then 2 days later, Vanos Gaming uploads and he does the exact same thing. Now it looks like I copied him.
Well, you shouldn't be afraid to still upload your y'all's anyway, just because like you got to remember Vanos has a faster turnout rate of like he has a dedicated group that he pays to play with him, and then he has a shit ton of editors that he pays
Yeah.
to pump the shit out as fast as humanly possible.
Oh no, I'm still gonna upload it. I was just a little disheartened when I found out he did exactly what we did and then got it out before us.
Well, there's your clickbait. We did not copy Vanos, we swear.
Better
Throw
than
Vanos in the
Vanos.
title. Be my
I
new
made it
video.
better.
I mean, just with the title, just with Vanos in itself, you'll get views. I mean, Nogla knows that.
Yeah.
Wow, shots fired.
Oh, he
Well, they
admits
know-
it, bro.
Yeah, him and Terrorizer admit we absolutely like whore click the shit out of Vanos' name because that's the only way people will watch it. Not saying you guys aren't good and funny. I love your reaction channel, but they know where the bread is.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
Vanos.
they know.
I still love
This
him
is
though. That
crazy
group
how
is-
popular Vanos all of a sudden just got a spike in popularity again. He's still fucking relevant, and after all these years, it blows my mind.
That entire group, and you guys might be able to agree with me on this. They're the only group with no matter how the landscape, and I'll just leave it at landscape, has changed in the YouTube scene. They're the only constant that remained. The whole we don't fucking care
Yeah.
about what you think.
I stopped watching them a bit when they began like pushing that constantly. Like I used to watch them a lot, but then when it was like every single video I clicked on, it starts in the first minute with Terrorizer doing some Asian impression for like 30 seconds straight. I started to get bored of it and started just like watching the other guys, you know, do their own thing.
I think I stopped when the Gmod era was around. Because that's all it felt like it was. They were uploading was Gmod, and I was like, okay, I'm done. And I haven't really watched them since.
Oh, you stopped
Slowly,
like right when they started.
it's slowly just getting back into them slowly, and mostly just I don't know. I'll tune into Terrorizers and Nogla's React channel, or I'll maybe check out Wildcat here and there. But I'm not that into the group anymore.
I love that React channel, actually. I love their first stream when they had to end it
Yeah.
abruptly because they played that soup clip of him yelling at Slayer.
Yeah.
It's one of the funniest things that I remember from that channel.
So real quick, since we're talking about Vanos, how did you feel after if you haven't heard yet, after Moose Knuckle announcing that he's retiring?
Dude, unpopular opinion. I liked him a lot. A lot of people thought he was like a side character. I really enjoyed him. I watched his own channel, so I was upset about it.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
Wow.
he was so underrated, but he was, and I think it was because he was shouted out by all these other very big boisterous
Yeah.
personalities.
That's very
And-
true.
But he, in his own right, was very entertaining, very humble, and I thought one of the funniest things is just like, as soon as people start saying crazy shit, he's trying to reel them back, not because it's offensive, but he's trying to retain monetization.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
No,
trying to make money.
He wants to show his kids these videos in the future, you know?
Mhm.
Also,
Yeah.
they've lost their noob tuber.
I love a
Oh, man.
rager too, huh?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that dude got mad.
Uh-huh.
You can get Fraser to replace both of those positions.
Can Fraser put in an application tomorrow?
He's perfectly qualified.
Like, we are down to 2 applicants to replace Moose Knuckle, Fraser or Mr. Dino. They both tend to freak out.
Nah, Fraser's got that genuine rage.
He got that dog in him.
At the LAN party, I could hear his controller cracking once or twice, and he just when he was good again. I'm like, whoa, relax.
Gamer Rage is just delicious. I said it once, I'll say it twice, I'll say it again. I'll die on that hill. Gamer Rage is great. I love it.
Man, hearing you talk about the LAN party makes me want to do like some sort of big private match thing for a recording on like some game. It doesn't even have to be Halo, just some game.
I'm down. Let's set it
Like
up.
fucking
we should
If you
remember
guys
when
ever come visit, well, let's just do a LAN party for the fucking lulls.
like I remember for the longest time we were trying to plan out like a 1v1 tournament on some game, whether it was like Call of Duty, Halo,
2019 Call
whatever.
of Duty.
We still got to do the Yu-Gi-Oh one.
Yeah, and I need to make the fucking
You know anything
decks.
about Yu-Gi-Oh, sir? Because it'd be awesome to have you and your peeps in there for a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament.
Dude, I know nothing. I've never
I
even
mean,
touched a
same.
Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Huh.
You never touched a Yu-Gi-Oh card?
No, never.
Uh,
I didn't do it. Very sorry. Yeah,
I
kind of.
cry.
I had a couple cards.
I cry every time.
I could tell.
What do you mean you can tell?
no, I didn't mean anything by it.
No, what are you talking about? What the fuck you say?
I didn't get too much into Pokemon either because I was like,
You know,
that was when I was young, and at that time, like the schools would take your cards away if you brought them, so I just never got into it.
No, that's fair. I remember that was a big thing for a while. It was weird, and there was a lot of controversy for a children's card game. Those were weird times, man.
Pokemon was the epitome of we know how to kick a dead horse. It's called come out with a new set every single season.
Yeah.
To where like I've nothing against Pokemon. You're great. I still have a lot of your cards. I'm not gonna PSA grade them because I don't care enough.
The games are shit
But-
though.
Oh yeah, because it's the same thing over and over again. Oh, that's I'm sorry. But when it came to some of these Pokemon designs, it just seemed like you stopped giving a fuck. Like one dude is literally a fucking lamp.
No, the
Uh,
Ring of Keys was the one that pissed me off.
Oh, it was the Ring of Keys? Mine was the fucking
There's
lawnmower.
a key that evolves into a ring
Lawnmower?
of keys.
Oh, didn't I know? There's one that looks like a lawnmower.
I'm Googling.
There's a
Fuck that.
balloon with a face sharpied onto it.
Yeah,
I can name like 10 Pokemon.
Drift
I don't know
Bloom.
this either.
I know that one. Drift
Drift.
Bloom.
I know Jigglypuff. It's a good one.
Well, that's when they were creative in the original.
The good Pokemon. New Pokemon sucks. That's why I
never
like
played
Power
one.
World. I pretend I'm shooting new Pokemon.
It's oh my god, he's literally a fucking John Deere.
Told you.
No shot.
Told you. And the legendary
Sue
is a jet, and the other legendary is a motorcycle, I think.
Yeah, the new one's a
You're
motorcycle.
turning Pokemon into fucking Transformers. Like now you have a series of Autobots as Pokemon.
Transformers, Pokemon in disguise.
Transformers, gotta catch them all.
As much as I give him shit, sure, do the legendaries designs look cool? Yeah, but I can definitely see one's a fucking jet, the other one's a motorcycle. Come on.
Is this like the most recent one or something?
Yep. The
Yeah.
most recent,
I don't even.
the worst
something-
Pokemon
Don't waste your
game
time.
ever. Worst Pokemon
What
game
happened to-
ever.
What happened to the legendaries looking like kaijus from Monster Hunter?
Those were fun days.
Those
I
were
miss those
fun.
days.
Yeah.
We're not there anymore.
There's
Yeah,
that.
no,
I think that stopped after X and Y.
Groudon and Rayquaza are going to battle, and it's Kyogre with a steel chair.
What up, bitch? All right, sorry, we're derailing. Please handle the situation. You're in charge.
I was
today.
actually going to ask, how are we doing on time? Do we got time for one more topic, or do we not? I can't see my clock at the
We're good
moment.
for another 5 to 10 minutes.
5 minutes.
Alright.
10.
So I'm actually going to kind of cut a little loose here. I know we normally do our questions format. Sir, do you got anything you want to share with us? Anything we may have missed? Anything you wanted to brush up on? Because we have been seeing you a lot more lately.
That's a good question. I mean, we talked about a lot. Like we've gone over so much. I feel like I don't know how long we've been talking, but it's definitely been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Close to 2 hours.
I mean, you guys are nearing 1,000 subscribers, right?
Yeah.
Big old
Yeah.
milestone.
Almost. We need like 83, 85, something like that.
Yeah, around 80.
Where did all that come from? Because I feel like the first time, I know the first time I talked with you guys, it was like 160 subs, and then I swear, like 2 days later, you were at like 600.
Him, the car guy in the car community. Him.
I did see one of your shorts blew up really good.
We had a couple of good ones pop
Probably
up,
one of the
man.
ones of me just being stupid in my house.
Yeah, a lot of our shorts have to do with our subscriber count, sadly, but it's whatever. It's YouTube now. Shorts are what pop off channels now, mostly.
Well, yes and no. The algorithm does play favorites, and this is a good point to bring up because let's just say you started the channel from scratch tomorrow. You had to reset everything. If you were just uploaded 6 videos, it might not have the best traction. But if you uploaded 6 shorts in one video, you're gonna be more notarized because you have views and watch time from the shorts. If people do subscribe, your subscription count jumps immediately, and you might not retain the longest view time from them, but it will still be more than if you just had the standard formula of a video.
I mean,
It's a weird beast.
As it is for
Right.
monetization, they added the shorts views and
Mm.
watch time as a goal in the monetization of separate from your regular views and watch time of your regular videos. If you achieve either one of them along with 1,000 subscribers, you will get monetization. But if you look at the shorts goal, the fucking view count is like in the millions, and watch time is also pretty high, and it's like, but it makes sense because shorts get a lot of views.
And
Mhm.
DJ,
Yeah,
like yours, you were bringing up. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was
You're
about to say, that's the-
consistently nailing 1,500 plus views on them, consistently, like back to back to back.
And like, not to toot my own horn or brag or anything, but like my last, I'd say 3 or 4 shorts, if you like accumulated the views, is like somewhere in like 15,000. And I'm quite literally just saying this, and this might be a hot take for me, so these are just DJ's words. Shorts are just easy, man. Like not even half the time, most of the time, if you've seen any of the shorts that I posted, it's just me bored around my house or walking around my neighborhood or shit I see in Walmart. And I'm like, I could say some stupid shit to this.
Uh-oh.
And I was
Dragon question.
I was like, no, not a question. I was just want to interject here. This is also a point that I also wanted to make: how easy shorts are and how low effort they can be. And I mean, as much as I love that they're getting views and all this stuff, and I love that they're getting subscribers, it also hurts me as an editor because I'd see like the videos that I work so hard on just get like below 50 views, and the fucking dude's telling a joke walking down the street gets 1.5K.
Yeah.
Outside
No,
the-
the ones walking down the
James-
street are almost 10K now. They
Well,
keep climbing.
Either way, it hurts me and I hate it.
Well, Well,
I'm
hold up,
sorry,
hold up.
but I was just like, you know what? I want to put some form of content on the channel. We haven't put it like a video out, so I was like, let me just
No,
upload
no,
something
it's
stupid.
fine. I get it, and I love the views, like I said, but I just hate how easy shorts are. It
I
hurts
get,
Well,
my
Brandon,
no, it's
pride.
definitely easy.
look at
Sorry.
it this way. Vine was a thing for a reason. TikTok's a thing for a reason.
Yeah.
Shorts are a thing for a reason. People like that instant gratification. Let me watch this 10 to 30-second video, get a giggle, scroll on to the next one. And there are people who like videos that are 4 hours long about the history of Rome and why it all went completely fire up and just everything went wrong. There's
Oh, that's
different
me.
see, there's different categories for different people, and I'm gonna say shorts are easier, but when you get good at making that long form stuff, you're really investing in the future. Because when you do shorts perpetually, you can't get into the bigger monetary platform, and you can box yourself in to where when you start doing bigger stuff, people don't recognize you for that. They're like, "Oh, what's this? I want to see my stupid joke guy. I'm not gonna watch his
And
3 hour
that's
well edited
another
video."
thing that I'm worried about. I'm worried that our
Mhm.
channel will be just a short channel. With all these views and nothing going towards our regular videos, I'm concerned.
Yeah, you say that, but our
I can
videos,
stop.
when they spike up, they do more than they have consistently.
I can
But
stop
it's
recording in shorts. Damn.
no, it's fine, bro. It's fine. Keep doing it. I love them. But
I have a
but like
title for the
Mikey,
video now,
but
Let's
Table
just try.
Destroyed No Skill Entertainment.
but like I said, just and I totally get what you're saying, Mikey. There are those
Mm,
outliers in videos like my recent music video, The Architects, and also
that one was good.
it was really good, and I'm proud of that. It's like I still think it's my best music video yet. And the our no skill tour of the world that also went over 100. But then
Mhm.
there's also the 4 to 5 videos in between or before that is just not even above 50.
Yeah,
And
but that's like average.
that's average for us, but for a 900 sub channel, yeah.
Doesn't matter what the sub is, you're playing a numbers game. Every time you
Mhm.
put something out, you're just trying to get the return back. And it
And
you
even
gotta
you
look at
said
it big picture. We're still hitting the average, and then we have spikes up, but we never have a flat drop where
Also,
everything just bombs for weeks at a time.
also, thank you for the people that do keep coming back. Those 30 to 50 people that do come back and watch our videos. Thank you. We appreciate it.
'cause like you, we've all said collectively, we're also an amalgamation of the algorithm. Wow, the algorithm
He's
doesn't.
got that algorithm.
Algorithm.
I did that on purpose, corn phrase it. But the algorithm does not know where to put us because 1 minute we're uploading a podcast, then the next minute it's a short or 2 shorts, then it's a tavern talk, then it's a gameplay, and then it's like, okay,
That's
where
very
the
true.
fuck are we putting these people?
Yeah, that's another thing. Is our channel is not in this category. Like a lot of channels see success when they stick to one thing,
But then you
but
end
we're
up in the
not
same
that.
situation. You're now known for the one thing, and you
Yeah,
can't branch
and then
out
you're
into your other
boxed out.
projects.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
how the same thing or same story for a lot of YouTubers that I watched growing up that did a lot of Call of Duty. Now they can't get away from it, or else their views tank.
Hmm.
So
The entirety of the phase protein. Sorry, I said that out loud.
I agree out loud. You all heard it. He said it. He can't take it back.
Sorry, busy.
One of the local YouTubers, I met him in person. He's a really cool dude. He helped me put together some of those car show videos behind the scenes. And when I talked to him about it, he went solo to do what he wanted. And even though it's not paying anymore, he's happier than he's been in years because when he got to the career and he joined a creative team because they were a legit paid, almost, it wasn't a group. It was almost like what do DJ, what do the VTubers use? The agencies.
Agencies,
They were
companies.
basically a YouTube agency where everyone comes under the banner, you all get your check, you're all told what to do. And he said
Shinema.
that pulled the life out of him. It 100% made him never want to do this again. And it took him walking away and not making money off of it to feel inspired to pick up a camera and go be happy again.
That's
So
why.
I'd rather, oh, sorry.
Sorry.
That's why I like our approach of just doing whatever. We're free. We can do whatever we want. We're not
Yeah.
just grinding a rail that's eventually going to grind us into dust.
50-50. Yeah, and that's why I'm so happy and proud with everything that we put on the channel, because it gives that subtle stamp of approval. Whether 10 people watch it or it blows up like Rainbow Six, I'm like, you know what? That was fun. That was quality. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I will always stand by whatever we put out. Plus, you do a good job doing it. Like, hell yeah. I love how like you're incorporating more of the memes, even though when I was telling Team Senpai, Death Brigade, that I
You
didn't want
are a
to do
bitch.
the
I already know what you're
You-
referencing
yo,
right
you-
now.
You're a
I
pussy.
agree.
You're a pussy.
the sun from Breaking Bad too. I was just like, damn. That was a trident to the heart. All right, but we severely derailed and left turned and U-turned and then went back to the grocery store because sorry, we kind of got into our feels here. I'm
And
so
then we
sorry about
ignored
that.
table for the last 10 minutes. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't mind.
Who's hosting this episode? Fire that man.
No, you're fucking fired, Green.
Where's Thomas? We need new hosts.
No,
That one is
no,
angry
no,
enough.
no. That man will be stoned out of his gourd. He'll be like,
But the man
What
will
we
stay
doing?
on topic.
Uno? Dude, it's a podcast. Oh yeah.
Stop
Sorry,
making
Mr.
fun of his old man noises.
You said it. All right, stop. Yeah, come back.
Hold on.
Take it.
Okay, are we wrapping?
Yes.
Yes.
And
Okay, everybody. I'm not doing that bit because that's DJ's bit. I am going to say that it has been a wonderful experience, and we're going to do our quick closing rounds with the full cast, working our way back down from the end of the dragon up to the head of the guest. Dravo, you want to start us off with our goodbyes? Really?
well, thank you for watching, everyone. I am very sorry that my internet just died on me halfway through the podcast. It happens, but I do want to say I do look forward to future projects and sessions of us together table, especially with Dino. That man's always a treat to be around. I enjoyed every time we're, did anything with him. I just hope that in the future he can be less nervous around us and he can open up. Because I feel at that point, content will just come naturally.
He's an untapped faucet. I love him.
All right. Very wholesome from the dragon. Deej, what you got to top that?
He said it best. It's absolutely my bit. It's outro time. Sorry, I had to do it. But
Your bit.
yeah, this was absolutely a fun episode. As you guys know, I love having guests on. And Table, again, our reigning champion of the most appearances on NoSkill podcast. It's always a pleasure having you on here. I had such a blast talking about combat sports with you, something that a lot of us share that passion for. I wanted to get your take on how on the YouTube boxing scene, because you probably would have laughed at it like I do. But thank you again for coming on. And once again, dude, like West Hunt, Golf It, Pummel Party, me and this guy late at night, if you guys are still up, we're probably not doing nothing. We're down to rock and throw down. If you ever want to, just hit us up and we'll join in and cause some chaos. That's the best part. So thank you for being on here. And I'm done.
Oh, that's been so sweet. Well, that was good. That was put together. The boys are on wholesome tonight. So, Table, say your final goodbyes, final thoughts, final closing notes to the folks.
Well, I am very grateful to be back on here, and certainly very different from the first time I met you guys. A lot's been changed. A lot, like even just me myself, I'm a completely different person. See myself in a different light, different people around me. But I'd be very excited in the future to share some of those people with me, like with you guys, get them on some of your videos, get you guys in some of our videos. I might have said some jokes about like friends of mine, like Skull and Donut and them. They're all good people. They've all, go through it and have their own things, but at the end of the day, they're all good, like genuine people. Like I don't surround myself with, just anybody, any like loser that, is mean and, things like that. They're all good people, and I'm really just excited to see where we go from here then. I'd be happy to come back for another podcast. These are always good to like, get your thoughts out and everything. Or even for games and stuff, uploads.
Well, after you just spoke about them, it'd be an honor to meet Skull and Onyx and Donut. Wait, we already met
Well,
Donut.
we already met
But
Donut.
still,
we met Donut.
but still Skull and Onyx. And then have Donut back. We're
Donut's,
okay with return visitors.
Donut himself is a different character now. I said he grew up in like a bit of a different place than me. So made some worse decisions, and he used to be into that, like, e-cigarettes, vaping. He quit that altogether, like cold turkey. He's been doing good. He's,
Tough kid. That's
he's
rough stuff.
really, yeah. Well, he took it a little hard too. Like those first couple weeks is kind of like being around like the Scrooge, a little upset.
yeah.
But
It's called withdrawals. That shit hurts.
yeah. I understand, and I don't hold anything to him. But yeah, it'd be nice to have them back, and then also introduce you to the other guys for the first time. Like you've never met Skull or Vader or well, you've never met Amulus either, and he's been
No.
here since the start. He was the one who started the group. I mean, I only met him because I saw a Discord message that was 3.5 weeks old and just took a chance on it. So
Yeah, he's in our Discord and we haven't met him yet.
he was supposed to be on the one with Donut and Dino, but then he couldn't make it for that one.
Ah,
Oh, yeah.
Or we'll still be around kicking, so whatever you want to, bud. We're always down to have people on because, like we said, we love talking to people, even if we end up derailing for about 10, 15 minutes. I'm sorry, by the way. But we do love having guests on. Okay.
I'm just soaking in the moment. You look like you're blushing. It was funny. Anyways, well, man, it's been amazing having you on here. It's all fun. We bounced around a lot. Whoa, internet froze. We bounced around a lot, and I don't know. It was cool. It was definitely a fun conversation, like just hanging out with boys. Had a blast. Love working with you. You definitely made me think about a couple of things, and my new life goal is to get Amulus to smash another keyboard. That's the thing that I'm looking forward to trying to do.
Just get him in a call with me and Skull, and we're gonna push him to his limit.
Let's
Us three
do
always end
it.
up on some treacherous games.
I'm a world-class troll. If he wants to play some asshole gun game, I'll make this kid have a stroke.
Oh man! But once again, thank you for coming on. Look forward to whatever we end up doing the next time. And people of the internet, we are No Skill Entertainment, and next
Let
time
them
we'll
sing.
see you. What? Awesome! What an outro! This is us. This is who we are.
Yeah.
And next time we'll see you on the campfire right here. Good night, folks.